It is time for us to jump straight into the game, straight into the cast, so please, let's pass it over to our fantastic host, Sunderin and Sinwin. Man?
From one terrible transition to another, Suns fan with Sinderin, Slacks, we appreciate it. There is a Lycan in this game. This is game 2 of this best of 3.
You are correct.
Thank you. If TnC loses, they are out. If they win, it goes to a game 3. I'm just stating the absolute obvious for anybody that may just be joining us. If you're just joining us again, this is Suns fan Cinder. If you just tune in, this is Cinder and this is Suns fan. Just making sure in case you have a little bit of lag. Talk to me about this Lycan. I haven't. Last time I saw this hero, people were trying to buy Ags on it in the off lane to bite like juggernauts and whatnot, and then that just fell off a cliff. I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah, this is one of those. This is one of those games where I feel like I have the least recent experience to draw on because Lycan is such a rare hero to see in general, even in pub games. Like every other hero in this game is way more popular right now than that pick. I feel like the stuff that especially AUI was talking about is pretty critical here. They almost snap-picked it, by the way. They picked that Lycan really fast. They knew they wanted it. So there is some sort of a matchup experience here from TnC, from their region, that they just know, we love this hero against X, Y, and Z, so we're just going to grab it. We didn't need any more time to think. And that gives me confidence in them in this game. Like, whenever you snap-pick a last-pick hero that is off-brand for the meta, you probably have some sort of... It's either going to look amazing or terrible, right? I'm going to go with amazing for now until it gets proven wrong.
All right. Nice positive outlook.
What Lycan manages to do usually... Oh, we'll see Arteezy getting a little...
Yeah, Inkswell does actually connect on the outer edges with that Wyvern auto-attacking from behind.
He will live.
Yeah, he will live, but it's going to be a lot of damage taken.
Yeah. Okay, let's quickly talk about Lycan, since he's going to be the talk of this game. Like AOI said, good matchup against Razor and Bat. I would also argue Lycan is really good against Lion. It's a hero who doesn't like when summons get on him, because Lion has really good lockdowns, but he can't deal with these wolves at all. They're just going to run at him and make his fight miserable. Yeah. You combine that with Inkswell, which is a very strong pairing. These invisible wolves will just randomly pop up and stun you, and you can die from the wolves and Inkswell alone, basically, as a Lion. So that is terrifying. Outside of that, I think Lycan's timing aligns very nicely with Dragon Knight and TA. It's like that 20-minute mark that we've talked a lot about in this tournament in general. The second Roche, all this stuff comes together nicely. So pretty hopeful for TnC from that. As far as EG goes, it's more of the same. You know, very strong laning. They get the Razor, who's a great laner. Arteezy is playing a safe lane Leshrac, which can also be very strong when paired with a secondary stun. They have the Batrider mid against TA.
I mean, safe lane Lesh for EG and safe lane Dragon Knight for TnC.
Yep.
Not exactly something you see every day. I mean,
they were dodging they were trying to dodge the Razor matchup, I think, but unsuccessful here as Ice put the Razor bot. Or their mindset was all of our lanes lose to Razor, so which one is most expendable? And I do
position one.
I do think putting Dragon Knight in the worst lane is the right call here. I think it's way more important that both Lycan and TA thrive in the beginning. As Abed will kill mid together with Crit.
Yep, Crit making his usual... I mean, again, we've talked about this before, position 4s. It's not like the old days where they just roam all the time. Like, a lot of times it's a 2-1-2 setup. But this is exactly what Earth Spirit is for, and I can't think of a better Earth Spirit player than Crit. He's at least top 3 in the world.
He's very, very good. I think what sets Crit aside from a lot of other Earth Spirit players is not necessarily spell casting, because there's plenty of Earth Spirit players that are good at that. It's his ability to teleport effectively. I think that's what's really hard on this hero, is that whenever you town portal, you commit a lot in this patch, and he just has a very high success rate on TPing at the right time and finding key kills. And this time was no different. Getting that first blood mid is obviously huge for Abed. He also acknowledges the fact that, well, I may be playing an offlane Razor, which traditionally is really bad 1v2, but guess what he's laning against? It's a Dragon Knight Wyvern. He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I can leave this guy alone for a little bit.
That's very true, although he's going to take a little bit of damage here now that Boomy's getting some Arctic Burn applied to him. Looks like Ice it's going to be close. No, it finally ends, and now he doesn't have the extra attack range. Crit has come back to help Ice, the feeder from last game, as he's known now. But yeah, so overall, like with this Lycan being taken into account, I don't think you told me which lineup you actually like more. Or is there still like this big unknown factor because it is a Lycan?
It's honestly still unknown, but I like TnC's confidence, and I like what they're going for here. But I don't know if I would just theoretically just flat out favor their lineup based on draft. The good news for them is hopefully based on this early game, their laning phase should go better than last game, so we have another kill. This time in the bottom lane. Razor combining with the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, so EG off to another good laning start, at least the very early stages here. Getting the first 2 kills both in mid and in the off lane. In terms of last hits, I mean, TA, she is off to a pretty good start, so that's the one lane where they haven't really...
She's being dove really hard here, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're right, Armel. Getting dove with the 3.
Double TPs.
Yeah, I think both canceled actually.
That's minus 200 gold.
Yeah, and I think with
plus
this,
1 death.
Abed might want to get a little bit more aggressive, although the Firefly is down now. 5 stacks of sticky napalm, and that last right click.
That
Yikes.
is
2
really
TPs.
bad news for
very bad.
TnC. Unfortunately, even though this is going terribly, it's still better than last game, so that's something, I guess.
That's the silver, that's the copper lining that we talked about. Yeah.
The wood lining.
Yeah. I guess that's as bad as it gets. Is wood better than stone? I guess it is worse. Wood is definitely weaker.
Depends what it's for.
Yeah, we can think of something worse, I'm sure. The paper mache lining, perhaps. That would be pretty accurate. But yeah, okay, all 3 lanes have been a kill going the way of EG to start things out. Of course, there's still time to recover. It's not like an insurmountable lead like last time around. I just don't know how this Lycan is played right now, so just interested to see at what point, like, do you go into the jungle at some point? At level 6, are you ganking or anything? Or are you just trying to take over the enemy jungle? Because you don't have necro books, so again, unfamiliar with this territory here. As Abed is level 6, has the lasso. Picking off that refraction pretty early for Armel.
And it's not just that Abed is winning the lane, it's how good is Batrider this game, right? You look at the enemy team, they have no dispels. The only really good things they have against Batrider are Lycan ulti and Dragon Knight stun.
You don't think Curse is decent?
Not really.
Or Cold Embrace, technically?
Also not
a lot
really.
of magic damage with Lesh.
That's the problem, right? Like, you're gonna lasso someone, Firefly, and run into your team. Cold Embrace isn't gonna save anyone. There's way too much.
When you Cold Embrace, you still get dragged, right?
Yes. And you're just pulling an ice cube.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, you know?
Today was a good day.
Yeah. Well, if it's hot outside, you never know. Ice on this Razor, 23-7 in the CS department right now. And remember, this is against a Dragon Knight who has less CS right now, about even. But this is a position 1 Dragon Knight. This is Gabby playing it. And I mean, do you think there's going to be any other kind of, as we can see, Inkswell on? Okay,
good
nice
stun.
Earth Spike there from Fly. Still going to take a lot of damage with this Arctic Burn into the right clicks of the Wolves. And that is the first kill of the game going the way of TnC.
See Boomy's killing the 2-1-0 build on Wyvern.
Oh boy, we have Lasso with crit coming in as well. Firefly, oh, he's actually gonna miss. Now the TP out, so Armel will be fine. Actually does go back to base, thought he might go to the tier 1.
I don't know what to say. It's just so weird. Like, he made like one sick play after the other last game, and he had this great gank here. That roll was just so off-brand.
Yeah, well,
because the thing is, he didn't even need to roll, right? Like,
yeah, I thought he was just going to walk up.
They needed that roll as the TP cancel and do it. They were doing a great job just pulling him away. I thought he was just going to follow up with a kick for the slow and that they would get the job done, but...
All right, Inkswell, Abed. All right, well, that's a lot of damage, and that's a big turnaround for TnC. I mean, they had the numbers as well, so EG perhaps getting a little bit overconfident.
I would actually like to see Boomy not skill Cold Embrace at all. And I know this might sound crazy considering what you've seen in the meta of this tournament so far, but, okay, maybe 1 value point, right? But I think 4-4-1 is the build in this game because EG have successfully made that skill point really bad. It's terrible against Lion, it's terrible against Earth Spirit, it's terrible against Bat. It can be okay against Razor, and it denies Edict from Lesh, but everything else just pierces it fully.
Oh, Static Link gets taken off immediately because of the range there, so Ice.
It didn't even animate, did it?
No, it came out like a little quick whip.
Oh, it did animate. Okay, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I saw it with my quick. If you blinked, you would have missed it, Cinderin.
Yeah, I blink a lot.
Yeah, I know. I need to reprogram that. It's just a little too much blinking. It's unnatural. But 3-2. EG right now on top just by a bit. And back to what I was saying is Bok is going to be pressuring this tier 1 top.
Is under attack.
Position 1 Dragon. Do you go for any like weirder build? Is it still just blink?
It's
Do you
not
go more right click eventually? Does Bok go Ags this game and you bite the Dragon Knight? That sounds kind of cool.
I don't know.
Oh, fly. All right, he's dead.
Yep, he doesn't have respect. I think the mindset in this game should be changed. This is not a position 1 Dragon Knight. It's a position 3 Dragon Knight playing in the safe lane. And I know their players on the heroes are different and that Bok, the traditional position 3 for the team, is playing the Lycan. But I don't think they're going to treat it that way. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, Gabby gets connected by crit. Pick. Slow to follow. Arteezy with the lightning storm to slow him down a little bit more, but Split Earth is just off.
Close.
Yeah, they were really looking for that kill, but they'll be happy with the tier 1 at the very least.
And that was about as perfect as the spellcasting could have been, so I don't think they could have got that.
Yeah, it looks like he has the Blink Dagger into BKB Q'd, so you're exactly right. Pretty much no change in the build at this stage. Of course,
I'm trying to imagine what a position 3 Lycan would build if it's not trying to carry, right? Because Necrobook is gone.
I told you what he was building.
Yeah, but I don't think the Axe targets are good enough
to
warrant that, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a Wolf Dragon sounds pretty scary, but he doesn't really do that much damage, so. If it was like a Juggernaut, then I think that would actually be the build.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it with that kind of carry that has agility carry with crit or whatever.
Yeah. He's actually going for the Echo Saber. This is actually something we did see. Again, like you're talking about when Lycan was kind of making this somewhat of a comeback in the NA scene, at least, we'd see the Echo Saber as, again, it was position 1 Lycan, which I guess for all intents and purposes this basically is, like you've been saying. So
yeah, I think Echo Saber on that hero is really good. Armlet, Echo, AC, BKB, those are the key items.
And Fly's going to be spotted out. Yeah, Dragon Tail's going to be applied to him. And in human form, Gabby, might not be enough though. Finally get him off just before the initiation from EG. Flame Break to follow. Static Link is on Ice.
Shapeshift.
Has quite a bit of damage as a result. But yeah, Bok, he just looks so much slower now that they reduced the move speed back to 550. I don't know why. Yeah. I think the animations were made for something way higher. So we're going to see the Inkswell.
Oh no.
Yeah, not able to get off those wolves. And here's the jump in from Crit into the Flame Break as well. There's the Winter's Curse, but it looks like Boomy is likely going to fall here after he gets up 1 Splinter Blast. In the meantime, Tims was being pressured by Crit, but after all that, only 1 kill. Very surprising. Inkswell, oh, no, not going to connect on Crit this time. Now Bok no longer in his wolf form. Ice. Does have Static Link. Not sure if they have any catch on top of this, though. So Fly actually be found out by the TA. That's a lot of damage. The Cyblade, man, he actually just got 2 shot. Crazy, but Bok continuing to get chased down with that Plasma Field. And EG net themselves probably a more important kill. Obviously, for all intents and purposes, position 1 Lycan. Now Abed and Arteezy, if they can find this kill, this is an enormous kill going the way of EG. So they find the 2 main cores of TnC, and they only lose Lion.
Yep. That was just not really a very high impact shapeshift, right? They didn't combine it with anything. He cast it because somebody was getting gone on, but they had nothing to slow the enemy team or stun them, keep them in place. And he ends up spending the entire shapeshift trying to run at stuff, and then when it runs out, they just chase him down. That's kind of the fate of Lycan usually.
I mean, they have 2 heroes that are almost useless when they're in human form, Cinder. So transformation ults, as it were.
That is true.
Ice. Well, was being pressured a bit, but I mean, what are the timings? Do you think TnC has a? I mean, both teams are kind of more early game oriented. I think TnC has a better late game, probably with the TA.
I think Dragon Knight's Blink is really, really important for this Radiant lineup, just because it makes Grimstroke's game a lot easier. Instead of having to Inkswell these wolves and try to like play around getting the perfect timing, you just have this Dragon Knight you can put Ink on every time. It's going to go in and do a good chain stun, and that in turn will let Lycan kill heroes. That's just the item, right? It just sets up everyone, to be honest. You see Wyvern's mentality in this game, by the way. He is still bypassing Cold Embrace, and he's not going for the Locket. He's going Lens. This is a more offensive build on Wyvern, where as a 5, you can either... I would say there's like 2 primary items as a 5 if you're not going the healing build, and it's generally going to be either Lens or Glimmer, or both, in any order. Both items are amazing this game, so I think we will see them. The effect of going Glimmer is...
Ooh. Yeah, jumping onto Gabby right now. Magnetize is applied with Arteezy. He's going to get Dragon Tailed, but back into the pulse he goes thanks to Abed's
really
Flame Break.
Casting from EG.
Yeah, Winter's Curse not going to save his comrade, so ends up being a wasted ult in the end.
So what you will accomplish as Wyvern in this game by going Glimmer is that you will make Cold Embrace more usable. So you protect people just enough during Embrace that they can stay alive because you negate so much of the magic damage that EG will be using. But he is opting for the lens first to make sure he can cast his offensive spells.
It's funny how you say offensive. I like the way you pronounce it. I just realized that when I say it's offensive, unless it's I'm offended, then it's offensive to me.
Oh,
you know?
I don't think there is a difference, is there?
I mean, in pronunciation, I guess there is a difference, but in the spelling, absolutely not.
I guess.
I just want to make sure you're not offended by the builds here.
Right.
Sounds like you're good to go, though.
I find it offensive to even think about going inside that game.
Understandable, understandable. I mean, Echo Saber Lycan, that is pretty cool, I have to say. You get that little extra slow, obviously the double attack, and then when you're in your ult form, you can get that crit off. So he's going to be going BKB next. I've seen the armlet into Echo Saber, two kind of almost like starting items. Do you like that? He's not going to be going that here, but why would you bypass it here? Are you trying to line timings with something in particular?
I think so. I think you're trying to get the BKB around the time that TA gets hers, which... Or when she has Blink Deso, like whatever two items we're gonna see from Armel, he's not even going Dagger or Deso, actually. He's just going straight Dragonlance. Was that Dragonlance BKB?
I think it was Deso BKB still.
Oh, he's going Dragonlance
gets his ult off. Looks like they're gonna get the Dragon Tail off on Ice. He might be the sacrifice for EG. And Fly looks to be next with the Inkswell on top of the Wolves. You can see how crazy of a combo that is. And double kill for Bok and potentially into the Roche pit.
Did you do buybacks? They're not going to give this up for free against TA. There's no way they can do that. But yeah, TA still no Deso. Did he change his mind? It's still Dragonlance, Deso, then BKB. Yeah. That's going to align nicely with the Lycan's BKB, I think. They're good at around the same time.
Looks like EG will give this up. We have, there is crit. There's potential steal possibilities here. No, not going to happen this time. We've seen it before, but this is a much closer game than last one. That is for sure. Looks like the Grim will be picked off. Magnetizes there though. Inkswell not used on the Wolves for now, but with Abed here, this will be an easy pickup for EG. Running away from the explosion. Crit, a big fan of those type of movies. The diehard types, as he's told me personally. I just made that up.
This is something that you can do with Lycan, by the way. Obviously, this time around, Tims gets caught out, but Lycan can help support's farm. If he's farming one lane with his hero, he can send the Wolves to the jungle, and the Wolves on their own a lot of the time will not be successful in farming the harder camps, but if they have one support hero with them, Lycan can get the gold and the support can get the experience. So that's what Tims was trying to take advantage of there. Obviously, doing that in the enemy jungle can be pretty dangerous, and he was under a ward. So got punished for that time around. EG with a smoke.
Yeah, Abed has his blink and boots of travel. Very farmed indeed.
Edicts.
Yeah, they really want this mid. Edict from the trees. When they remade the terrain a bit, I was actually surprised that they kept this in, but fortification's now down. EG kind of taking this a bit slower. Definitely a little bit more cautious this time around. Obviously with the Aegis to TA, not exactly a hero you want to jump. But like you said, no saves. I mean, Winter's Curse can kind of be a save, right? If you get it on time onto a Batrider, then it just becomes a disable in place as opposed to dragging him off.
Yeah, if you manage to curse Bat instantly and there's something around, then yeah. But if not, Curse obviously only lasts half duration if there's no eligible targets in range. That was one of the nerfs that Wyvern got when it got the ulti remade a little bit. Obviously still a very powerful spell in the right situation. I feel like the damage is done when you get lassoed against this lineup, though. Like, even if you curse the Bat, you're probably going to have something connect, right? Like an Earth Spirit or a Razor or a Lion, like, honestly, almost whatever it is. If you don't have BKBs, it's a kill.
Is under attack.
Yeah, very true.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So with that Aegis, they're going to use it to take that tier 2 top, it looks like. Ice and company are in the area. Yeah, Bok pops his ult. You can see the initiation here onto the Dragon Knight with the Finger of Death. That's enough to take out him immediately. Arteezy getting right-clicked by Bok as the Pulse Nova trying to create a little bit of space with that Flame Break as well, but he's going to continue to right-click down, and a crit comes in. Double kill for Bok. Abed does TP out in time. This did cost a buyback on the Grimstroke, as Ice's TP will cancel thanks to that Boomy ult. And they're just going to get cleaned up, so a 3 for 2, I believe, with the buyback. in TnC's favor.
If we get a replay of that fight, that is how Lion will feel for the rest of the game if he doesn't itemize against Lycan. He died in 1 second. He got hit once by Lycan and once by the Wolves, and that's, you're going to see it here. So look at Fly in the bottom right corner. That's his fight right there.
Yeah.
He got his spells off. I think Fly did exactly what he's supposed to in this situation. Like, he's getting flanked by Lycan. You press all your buttons and die. It's literally all you can do. Bok is just going to easily overrun these fragile...
Is this a Ghost Scepter game for Mr. Fly, you think?
Yes, I do think so. And I think he might have to prioritize it over Dagger, or they have to be super careful with how they initiate fights. Because the problem against Lycan as Lion is that even if you have Dagger, you never know when you're being spotted by Wolves. And when you're spotted by the Wolves, you're basically as good as dead. So
that was a scan there from TnC, so they're ready for everything this game.
They're in a
1K
pretty good
advantage
spot
right now. Yeah, absolutely.
These EG cores right now can't deal with this minus armor strategy. Meld plus Deso into 2 Lycan attacks kills Leshrac, it kills Razor. And these are heroes that have to run in close, yeah, and in addition to Howl, of course, on top of everything. You can't deal the damage with Razor or Lesh without getting involved in the center of the fight. And once you do that, your margin for error is so minimal against a lineup that like 2-shots you with 2 cores. So have to maybe slow things down a little bit, maybe farm, get some armor. I would imagine Arteezy wants to go for Shiva's guard after he has some more max health. Batrider working on the BKB. He actually already is building the Shiva with just the Yule. That's still concerning. It's like, even if you have the Shiva here, I don't know if your EHP is good enough. Like 1300 max health, and he's currently rocking the kind of griefing neutral item here with another shot for the minus armor on himself, but he really wants the offensive capabilities of the item. But it's definitely not, it's coming at a serious cost this game to run a shawl on Lesh.
All right, do you think this, as this Aegis is about to expire here, did TnC get enough out of this? They got a tier 2 top, they took the outpost.
I think so.
And a couple of kills.
Their lineup isn't meant to necessarily build a much bigger lead than this currently. I'm looking at second Roche for them. That's where it really starts picking up. You can keep looking for fights whenever Shapeshift is ready. The most important thing is that you don't fight with Shapeshift down. I think any fight right now, I would favor TnC in unless EG managed to jump Lycan. I just don't think they deal with this hero right now at all.
And he's going for AC, so even more minus armor to come. Yeah, this is, I mean, we talked about how fast it would be for pushing, for Roshan capability as well, and blowing up a lot of these heroes. And, I mean, what would you buy then on Arteezy? He's, like you said, the Shivas will be up soon. That's obviously a really good item in theory, giving you a ton of armor and even some offensive capability. But what would do you want just raw HP on top of that?
I wonder if he's going to buy Heart, actually.
It'll be a while since I've seen Heart on Lycan.
Oh, on Lycan, I thought you meant Lesh.
No, sorry, did I say Lycan? Yeah, I meant Lesh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you absolutely need HP. So what are your other options? It's Heart, it's Bloodstone. What else is appealing? Aghanims is not.
We've been seeing a lot of Eon Discs. I don't know if that's something you want on a position 1 Lesh.
I don't like Eon Disc against Lycan because he just pops it instantly and runs you down.
This is actually true. The Ags, Nile. I mean, I don't think it actually puts it on yourself anymore, does it? Did they change that?
I don't know. From what I've been hearing backstage, this item is considered not very good, the Ags. I'm not expecting to see it. Like, Nihilism could be a thing in this game because of the amount of physical components from the Radiant, but still...
I think when it first came out, it essentially Ghost Sceptered Lesh as well, but I think they changed it so he doesn't. So you don't even get that aspect out of it.
Can we just see that again?
No, I just looked at it.
Okay, so it Ghost Scepters people around you.
Yeah, basically.
They turn ethereal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to do much. He needs to protect himself.
I mean, it is a cool Ags. They're probably going to tweak it a bit. We'll just see that game one day.
Roll in.
All right, yep, Winter's Curse to start the fight out as they're actually on the retreat is TnC. And yeah, Tim's is going to be the first casualty here. So EG.
The only one, it looks like.
I mean, we won't know when Roshan is up for another 50 seconds, so they can't really take true advantage of this, although the tier 1 is still standing mid, and you have to think that this will be enough to take it out.
Good job from TnC to cut their losses there. They only lost their Grimstroke.
Oh, maybe not.
If they somehow manage to hold the tower, it's like really, really great, but I wouldn't mind seeing them just conceding this. They know the risks here. They're playing against a Batrider. Defending mid-tier 1 against Bat is really hard because he can always wrap around when he has these items that he's rocking right now, so I think that's a very, very good play call to let that go.
So let me ask you a noob question here. how big of a deal is losing your outpost this early? Because no tier 2 tower yet for EG, not able to take one themselves, I mean, so it's a double outpost. Actually, no, EG does, yeah, they can't take over the other outpost, so it's double outpost for a while. Obviously, the XP is per minute now instead of a set amount, but it's been a few minutes now. Like, how big of a deal is this, you think?
Not massive, but it's something that obviously over time will start building up. Which I like it this way. I like it a lot more than the old one where it was, do you have it at the perfect moment or not?
Right. We have a scan here.
It's just another objective to try to build an advantage.
Fireflies in, Blink in, and they see Armel. They do finally. There's the lasso with the BKB applied. Looks like they'll be able to take him out. No Aegis, of course. And Arteezy on the backside here. See the ink swell being used onto Bok. Looks like they'll be able to clean up Fly. So it's a 1-for-1 to start things out. As the Wyvern was actually stuck on a cliff, pulling an Arteezy there. And with that, EG get a nice team fight in their own. But of course, Roshan will not be up for quite a while.
You saw it there. They cold embraced the lasso target. Armel died during lasso while cold embraced, which is, you know, just a testament to how much magic damage EG truly have. I think really big moment there. Was Curse on cooldown? Or... because I feel like there was a potential there to curse the bat. I think he was BKB'd next to 1 or 2 allies. And yeah, maybe that could have saved Armel.
I was definitely waiting for that one.
Yeah, I was surprised to not see that come out, but maybe a little bit of a misplay coming out from TnC.
Gabby himself, we haven't really seen a true team fight yet. I feel like one of these two teams is always trying to back up and just give up a kill and then reset. But Gabby's pretty tanky. He's got the BKB, the Blink Dagger. We'll be going for the Aghanim Scepter, which this game, against the Leshrac, very good. I mean, that's 40% magic resistance.
I guess Boomy doesn't have lens yet. That's why. He wasn't in range. He could only cold embrace his TA because he was way closer to him, but playing Wyvern without lens 25 minutes in and relying on Curse is actually very difficult against this kind of lineup, so can't fault him too much for not getting in range for that. Once the lens comes out, we'll be way more reliable to solve the bat. At least pseudo solve, like we talked about. Who knows? If I honestly still think he probably died. Could have looked more interesting for Lycan's prospects in the fight.
Well, Bok, he did have an Assault Cuirass lined up, but it looks like a Nullifier potentially. So that's kind of cool. So any Ghost Scepters that come out, or Eon Discs even, will be completely countered with that item. Very offensive in nature and offensive depending on your perspective. And EG smoking up here. Abed with the Firefly. Gabby's going to be the initiation, but there's the Winter's Curse to stall him a little bit. Is going to connect on the other side as Arteezy now attacking his own teammate. And they're going to apply all the pressure to TA as Crit jumps in, but finally the BKB is popped off. Arteezy now on the run with that Pulse Nova, getting right-click down like none other by Bok, but it is a trade for the TA, so 1-for-1 to start things out. And now TnC trying to find cover in their tier 2 tower. Gabby getting very low thanks to this Firefly. Abed is doing so much damage in these fights. Now he's just going to jump in front of a tier 3 in a triple kill for Ice Ice Ice. In a 4-for-1 in EG's favor. And now Roshan is alive.
That was really good initiation tactics. This time there was a quick response from the Wyvern on the Curse, but what they effectively did was they isolated 2 cores at the same time. So Dragon Knight got pulled out of the fight, forced the Curse, and in the meantime Razor is sitting on TA. So they take both of these cores and just neutralize them. And Bok is therefore the only player with any fight coming out of him from TnC. He gets what he can in the Lesh, which is, you know, good job to him for finding a key kill at least. But there was nothing else to be claimed from them there. They were just flat out outmaneuvered in that fight.
I mean, the downside of this, EG just doesn't have a lineup to kill Roshan very fast. As we do see the shard, by the way, on Abed. That's pretty cool. That's the double flame break. Okay, Finger of Death with the Impale. That's a freebie on Boomy, who's just trying to de-ward here.
So even if EG can't take Roche themselves, as long as they can prevent TnC from getting in.
Right, oh, there's the initiation this time onto Bok. Oh man, Arteezy's getting destroyed by Armel. Gets the Yules off just in time. Looks like there might be a trade. Basically the same trade as last time. The Lycan for the Lesh. Now Crit gets off the dust as Ice 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 wants to continue on. Yeah, looks like he's going to be able to get this successfully for now. As Fly comes in, has the mana drain. Looks like they're going to lose one more member. They're going to jump in with that Magnetize. A triple kill for Crit as he's in the enemy base right now. Rolls out to safety. Has that Ghost Scepter in tow and looks like he's just fine.
He's pretty good at
I mean, TnC, we get, 2 cores on each side dying here as Grim takes a tumble now.
Wait, how did he die? Why is he out here?
Probably did a late Magnetize, maybe?
Like a super late flame break in base? He just ticked out over like 7 seconds in base.
I mean, it is a double flame break now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And I forgot to apply sticky napalm as well. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And with that talent in addition, that's nice. I don't think I've seen this picked up like super early from Batrider players in mid. So he's going for Octarine, so the extra cast range and CDR and all that good stuff. Very nice.
Not to get too ahead of ourselves, this is a very close game, but I just want to say now, if EG win this series, I think this is, you're kind of making a statement as Crit when you're playing Earth Spirit like this 2 games in a row. Like, this is a completely ignored hero in this tournament for the most part, at least in the playoffs. He has been owning these 2 games. Like, this game he's 3-0 and 14. Apart from that little misplay we laughed off in the middle where he missed 1 roll, all of his spellcasting has been phenomenal. This fight, yeah, he gets a triple kill, but it's not just about getting the kills. It's the way he does it, right? Like really good weaving in and out of fights, making sure to even survive after diving the base.
I mean, you could argue that game 1 he was the MVP as well. He went to 3 different lanes and ended up getting a kill in each one early on.
Doing very, very well.
And he also didn't die like Ice Ice Ice, so that gives him a +1 there too.
This is still a very close game though, so definitely not writing out TnC whatsoever from this.
I mean, they will always have the Roche advantage.
They do.
That's the big thing here.
And their lineup is very explosive. So the reason EG is looking so good in these fights is that they're getting the initiation and taking the initiative. But you could easily see a kind of fight where TnC come out of a smoke, they Dragon Tail stun and Lycan shapeshift and TA burst, and they just kill RTZ instantly.
Yeah.
And then things can look really differently. Obviously, EG now with Crit getting an E-Blade.
So he actually finished the full
interesting
E-Blade,
pickup here. So looking to save his allies from Lycan TA.
Yeah.
Can also save against Curse. So a very nice pickup in this game. I agree with that very much.
Yeah, the Nullifier is getting pretty close. Bok, they're going to get a freebie here. And now if they know that Roche is occurring, it's already at half HP. Dragon Form is already popped.
Bit of distraction tactics here.
Yeah.
Not expecting this at all.
Yeah, not for now. They don't have the Batrider ult, obviously. Courier trying to, they're not going to get vision there. Buyback down with the Grimstroke. We see the Winter Growth on the Ice 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 pop the BKB shortly after. Who is going to get the Roshan kill and all the goodies inside? It looks like the Aegis has been snapped from Armel, so EG will get credit for the kill, but not the Aegis itself. And who's doing all the damage? Now, Arteezy inside the pit, doing so much magic damage in there. Finally gets out here as we have Fly with that Finger of Death. Bok is going to be the first death. The main one for TnC is a buyback now into Lion. Armel getting up to the high ground. Abed will get caught by that Dragon Tail and finally brought down. Double kill for Armel thanks to that Aegis steal.
Who got the other items?
I don't know.
That was Roche number 2, right? There's a cheese. The cheese got used. I
shard.
heard that, but I don't know who got the shard. So there's a...
Let's see. Razor has it.
Did he get it on Razor?
And Grimstroke has it. So
I think Grimstroke bought it. He wasn't in the pit, right?
Yeah, he died early on and bought back.
But isn't the Razor shard pretty bad?
Actually, AUI was telling me yesterday that he thinks it's actually quite good.
18% chance when attacked.
Yeah, so if you're attacked, 18% chance to release like a little lightning fork, and then anytime, 18% of chance when you're attacked, I mean, and anytime it's a single target spell.
It's pretty good against Lycan. There's a lot of attacks going into you when Lycan is hitting you, so I guess the deflection there is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's... I am not convinced yet, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he was talking about how it's really good against PL because you have a million things hitting at the same time. But
right. For sure, it's
like
great
you
against
said,
PL.
Similar thing to Lycan, just not as many. But we're seeing a little replay here.
Are you sure?
I would hope so. Unless I'm just going crazy. But yeah, if you're TnC, I guess you're happy with that?
That's okay at least, right? You got the Lion buyback, you... At least, I think you probably broke even. I don't think that shifted the game state a lot. I guess the downside is that you really were expecting to get this Roche, right? So you didn't really get to use it for very much with the Aegis cheese in that instance.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything got used, so you used everything to break even, right?
Oh boy, gonna get caught out here. There's a jumper from Gabby with that BKB and the Dragon Form. Now the jumper from Clear the other side. Winter starts to follow. And it looks like Arteezy will be the first casualty here for EG, and Crit looks to be next. You can see the Nullifier being used, so no more Ghost Scepters for you, says TnC. Ice 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 has to TP out with that BKB, so with that, TnC will likely get this tier 2 and maybe even more.
Sometimes really an anti-synergy there. We haven't even talked about that, but one of my least favorite heroes to play Wyvern together with is actually Grimstroke for that exact reason. When you get the Soulbind off, if you curse either of the targets, they both get cursed, and that means they're just hitting, like, everybody in the area is just hitting, but nobody's taking damage.
Yeah.
So effectively, you turn it into this bigger AoE stun with 0 damage. Depending on the situation, it can be good. In this instance, it worked fine. They got the double stun. Wyvern herself got the kill onto Leshrac with a Splinter Blast. and then they could isolate and kill the Earth Spirit after. So it worked out well that time around for TnC.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wyvern almost having the dagger now, by the way. Really great item. Did think he might go for the Glimmer, but he is prioritizing the offensive style. The guaranteed curse obviously also will be good defensively.
By the way, this might be the earliest nullifier I've seen in pro games, and it is. We saw in that last fight. No Ghost Scepters. Nobody I think has an A on this yet.
Like
but now,
needs it this
now they just won't.
Just flat out
go for it.
They might even buy 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see Armel looking for his own to replace that magic one, just because he currently does have a Daedalus queued up, but I don't think he can necessarily rely on Bok to remove it every fight. If he can set up his own kills, that's good, but for now, they are playing it that way.
Boomy breaking at least part of a smoke here for EG.
He doesn't know he did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or? No, that's their work. He saw crit. Very nice.
And these wolves are really annoying for EG, not just for the ink swell, but obviously just the vision in general. They've been providing pretty good value for TnC.
It's still the most underrated part of Lycan, I think.
Because nobody wants to micro. They just want to be a wolf and run around right-clicking people.
It's the fact that you have vision that the enemy team, it doesn't really matter how many sentries you have, they will always find information, right? You either have to kill them or you're going to show. It's kind of like Beastmaster Hawks, just that they're fully mobile.
What do you think about... Abed is building an Aeon disc. What do you think of that? Into a nullifier. Do you like that? Did you say you forced it? We see the jump in from Gabby is now big black drag with that BKB RTZ. Well, he pops the bloodstone, so he's healing quite a bit. But there is that nullifier. Look at this thing go to work. My goodness. Arteezy is down in the fountain now.
Dragon Tail coming up.
And Soulbind onto 2. They're not able to combo with anything, but the right clicks are enough. Okay, Winter's Curse gonna hold this off for now. First will be Lion. Yeah. Wyvern makes things very awkward indeed, but in the end, TnC clean up 3, and this is looking very good for them now.
Their lineup can take
no
2
buybacks.
lanes. Oh my god, it's a full minute. They could take 2 lanes. This lineup pushes towers like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Super quick. They have Dragon Form, Deso on TA, and a Lycan. Just wait until these guys get to high ground.
Just you wait.
I think maybe you YOLO this as Bat, and you like try to kill Dragon Knight with Bat Earth Spirit into tier 4s. If you don't, you're just losing 2 lanes. Like even if the play fails, maybe you delay them long enough that your course will spawn. The alternative is just conceding a lot here. Wait, do they not have any creeps? Actually, they have this mid wave. Nobody's pulling the mid wave.
Yeah, they can get mid and top.
Yeah, for sure. This is too late.
Tier 2 still survive.
Look at these racks.
Yeah, this is
okay.
Dire's middle barracks.
Next.
A lot of minus armor indeed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's still 15 seconds for Arteezy to respawn here. I don't think they're going to move without him. Okay, Batrider, Abed does have his ult. Yeah, they're just going to concede these 2, knowing that they really can't do anything about it. The 2 racks for TnC as they've come back after getting 3 total kills last game. And they've come back with truly a vengeance.
Yeah, they're not done yet. They have a trap in the base. They see crit.
Absolutely, Gabby staying on the crit. He's going to get blown up pretty fast here. Nullifier means he can't Ghost Scepter anybody. Easily, I should say. Back into the game now. There's the Winter's Curse again.
Curse, actually.
BKB activated by Ice. Abed is actually going to die to his own teammates, basically. Double kill for Armel. And that crit, again, the nullifier applied. Just diebacks. And this looks like the beginning of the end for EG in game number 2. Nice double flame break from Abed. They're trying to hold this. Arteezy with that Bloodstone healing up quite nicely. They did take out the Lycan. Gabby looks to be next. He's in his human form. This is the time to kill him. TA in the meantime, they're getting burn. Okay, double kill for Arteezy. They're actually turning this. Tim's in the meantime attempting to TP out. We'll get Hex though. So a triple kill for Arteezy. They technically hold. Did cost a dieback onto crit. And obviously 2 racks down, and I don't know what they can get out of this other than those kills.
Looking at how good that double curse was, I hope we get a replay of that. That looked like that was going to end the game. He did a 4-man stun, basically, for the full duration. That was a 4-man 5-second stun. A little bit of damage dealt. I think this is after the curse, actually. I do believe, yeah, this is the aftermath of it. But just, the refraction is not very effective here. There's just so many things breaking it between Earth Spirit and Batrider, so Armel will eventually be taken down here. And like you said, Bok, maybe a little overconfident in this instance to just stay in. Obviously had the option to run out there. And they're doing a very nice job here controlling the TA and chain stunning. So, yep, you're right. EG do hold, but their chances of winning this game rely fully on a 3rd Roche. Yeah. If you get that as TnC, I'm basically going to call a game there and then. You can't give that one away. So you absolutely have to get to that area, get some wards down, get the control. And ideally, I'm trying to think about who you lasso actually as Abed. If you have free choice, do you maybe even get the Wyvern? If you could.
So right now it feels like Lycan's going in, applying Nullifier to somebody, and that person dies every single time because they just have nothing against
Yeah, maybe you lasso the Lycan.
It cancels Yules, it cancels Ghost Scepters, and they're building Aeon Discs still.
Right.
I believe Arteezy is about to finish one.
He's going Lincolns.
Oh, he's going Lincolns now. Okay.
So they've been prioritizing getting the TA and lasso primarily because it's such a feel-good pick for the bat to go on that hero. But I do agree. I think the Lycan is a better target. Oh no!
Yeah, Abed in a lot of trouble, possibly BKB, but there's the curse.
It's a short one.
It is. He'll get it to high ground just fine, although that took
Did
a lot
not
of
assemble
damage
his
there.
Aeon Disc. He has it ready to assemble any point.
You waiting for somebody to get Nullifier before combining it again?
That shouldn't work. The Nullifier stays on you, right? It's a continuous
Well, no,
effect.
you wait for him to use it on somebody else. Bait your teammate.
Oh, I see what you
I
mean.
don't know.
Well, he hasn't used it a single time, right? Can you disassemble Aeon Disc whenever you want now?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember if that item is... honestly, that's one of the most random things in Dota, which items are disassemblable.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, he's not even going to use it, is he? Didn't he just finish an Octarine core now? He used one of the components in that. So he's committing fully for the offensive build on Bat. I do believe.
No, either way, 10K net worth lead for TnC.
Yeah.
As you're right, EG, it comes down to this next Roshan. Otherwise, they're going to be in a heap of trouble. But they do have the initiation possibility. If they can
25.
try to pick somebody off, that's true. That's the Diabolic Edict talent. I assume that's what he took, right?
Yeah.
So that is massive. If you get one team fight with no buyback somehow, which seems a bit of a stretch, as we see lots of TPs back to base. All right, we got creeps in our base. Let's take care of that. But they do push extremely fast as well. We can't underrate EG's pushing capabilities.
And they all leave together because they know if they TP even one or two heroes back to base, they're just exposed.
Yeah.
I really like that family TP, to be honest. I think it was the right call.
it?
Yep, now it is. Oh, Tim's.
All right, good. Fly, pops the Ghost Scepter for now.
Yeah,
But there's the Nullifier. And if anything, that's actually a good target. Grimstroke's actually be the first to fall here. Winter's Curse onto a couple heroes. Batrider with the BKB still activated. Getting beat down by his teammates. Along with the TA minus armor, that is enough to take Abed out of this game for 2 full minutes. Dragon Knight pops that BKB. As Bok already has a double kill. EG kind of dropping like flies. They did get the support kills at the beginning, though. And Arteezy, all right, they're actually combining onto Armel. They find a 3rd kill in this fight. Can they find more? Gabby blinks out with an overwhelming blink. Bok no longer in his Lycan form. Uses the Nullifier. And looks like he's going to be the 4th to fall. EG somehow coming back in this game. And Roshan is up for the taken.
How did they win
I
that
have
fight?
literally no idea how they won that fight.
That was a 5-man curse on Bat.
Maybe these
That got
curses
killed.
are...
That is not Wyvern's fault. Don't
Maybe
you
that's
dare.
all his fault.
Don't you dare make the narrative that that's the support's fault
I'm
for
pretty
solo
sure it
killing
is.
an enemy core. Look at this wonderful curse.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And then they get crit after. I think the primary issue here is honestly Armel laying into the... committing into the curse. He positioned himself so that he was exposed against Razor after the curse ended, when he could have played that safe from a distance and trusted that the curse would either get the job done or a little bit of help from Lycan
Man,
or
EG,
DK.
they can't... Are they not going for Roche anymore? Or are they just double backing here? They know that these guys are dead for quite a while. They just want to make sure the overwhelming blink doesn't come in from Gabby. Yeah, they have vision there.
If you just get this Roche, I think the game is even though they're two lengths.
Is this an Ags Roche or a Refresher Roche?
It's a Refresher Roche.
Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to have a 10-minute
Very good
conversation.
for both Lesh and Bat, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good for
Lesh
Razor as well. If he
it's
gets,
actually not good for Lesh with his build. Never mind. So, yeah, give that to Bat. I think...
You don't like it on Razor?
Yeah, it's also good on Razor. That's true.
He doesn't have, like, the Ags build, but... No.
It's definitely still good.
Still not too shabby. All right, so EG get the 3rd Roche of the game. And now Arteezy has that all-important Aegis, which, again, on Leshrac, one of the best heroes in the game to have this on. The refresh of the HP and mana is going for the heart. So you called it early. It'll be a very late heart.
Yeah, not the build order, though, right? He did go for the Bloodstone. That was the other one we thought it could be. And then he went Lincoln's, and now...
I mean, Lincoln's is pretty cool, because now you got to expend something before Nullifier comes out, or you just Nullifier the Lion like he did last fight, which doesn't matter, right? You kind of want that to happen if you're EG.
Yeah, I thought the way that fight started with Lion also just getting in trouble immediately. Once again, that fight was going to be better for TnC, but obviously Fly had buyback, reconnected to the fight on the outpost, and had a large impact in that fight. I want to highlight just how hard this game is to play Lion, and I think Fly is actually doing a really good job. He's 2-10 and 11, which might sound like a bad scoreline, but it is. If I had to pick one core matchup, I really don't want to face this Lion. Like, number one is probably Lycan. It is so terrible when he has a game. Close to that is probably some of the illusion carries, like the farm PL is also really annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, as is being shown here, he does have a decent amount of health at this point. 2k health with the talents he has chosen. He has opted for the max health per finger kill in this game.
Hell yeah.
Most lines we've seen have gone for the Earth Spike cooldown.
Nice choice, Fly.
He's building up. He's queuing a Force Staff right now. I wonder if there's any merit to considering some sort of armor as well. But obviously Force Staff can create a little bit of distance against both TA and Lycan to buy you some time.
I mean, they have so many Ghost Scepter, Euls, and Aeon Discs that, and with only one nullifier, you only use that once in a fight, right? So he's got to choose wisely.
Yeah, well, how are you going to use that Force Staff when you get nullified?
No, I'm talking about how multiple heroes, like, everybody is a nullifier target technically, but you only have one nullifier to use.
Right, so you mean he's like doubling down and they will have to go on him because he has Force Staff, or?
Just stop talking.
Okay.
Saying the nullifier loses usage, or
actually,
loses
that's my favorite thing about casting is when I don't even have to do it. When I'm casting a game and I get told to shut up, it's like, no, it's just...
Tier 2 tower down for EG now, as they are crawling back in this game. Yep. A much different game than we saw.
Fully equalized in terms of the gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still down 2 lanes of barracks, but the reason I put them on even footing here is this Aegis cheese is very, very big, and the refresher. Their raw
fortification is forced. I mean, this is a fortification with literally just Arteezy. It didn't even require much resources at all.
They have to glyph. It's the Edict talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just takes the tower on its own. So he's going to head to bottom. He has 30 seconds on his TP.
4,500 HP, by the way.
I wonder why he's keeping the ninja gear. Is there really not a better option for him to, like, swap in?
It's a good question.
I guess it gives moves.
I believe tier 4 items are soon, right? Another couple minutes, so... Or has that already happened?
That is what has already happened.
Oh, it's already happened. Okay, so
that's the ninja gear. That's a tier 4 item.
Yeah,
you know everything about tier 4 items.
I know.
That's
it's been a real late day today.
Yeah.
Minute and a half left on the Aegis. All right, if this is a tier 5 game, I'll be happy. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Another nullifier. Okay, Dragon Knight. That's what he has his sights set on, but quite a ways away. Still a full minute on this Aegis.
God, he's so tanky. 5k health, 40 armor. Satanic.
Yeah, I think you just ignore Dragon Knight in all likelihood.
Well, you do have... Yeah, you probably do. Like, you just have to settle for something else. I still think the absolutely key thing that EG have done a really good job at is getting static link on the TA. Like, make sure you get on top of Armel. Because you, as Razor, yeah, you can drain the Dragon Knight, but he's still going to be a stun bot. But you ruin TA's fight by getting the drain on her. And Lycan you can't really control.
And Armel working towards the Aghanim Scepter. I was kind of surprised he wasn't going for that a little bit earlier, but it gives him that global presence.
I like that he didn't do it in this game, actually.
Why?
Because I think they were forced to take these fights, and it doesn't nearly have the same impact in the fights. Like you said, it's about the mobility and the global pressure. But I don't think it was that type of game. I think he needed everything he could to have team fight impact. Because he is as countered as he is by this Razor and Batrider. It was good. I don't even know if he should buy it now, to be honest, but I'm not really a TA expert. I'm wondering if there's like some sort of combat item instead that would have an impact. Maybe his logic is with this, he can at least get out of static link after a short channel.
Arteezy's net worth is
yep, he's pretty
redonkulous at this point. The Aegis is now gone, so you can put that Euls back in. And will this be about Roche number 4, Cinderin? Is that what it'll come down to? Or will it be the tier 5 items? Or will it be a server crash? What will happen first? Gabby sitting in the trees here. Of course, with that overwhelming blink. We've been seeing a lot of people stay in melee form to be able to get off the instant stun with that Dragon Tail before popping the Dragon form. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they end up starting this fight. But yeah, dead even game now without the Aegis. I believe Cheese is still on somebody at this point, unless they use it in that fight. as well as the refresher.
Backpacked on Abed currently.
Yeah.
Has the refresher in his active inventory. Wants to get double lasso.
I mean, Ninja Gear gives move speed, right?
It does.
It says 30 move speed or something like that. So.
But they just swap it over to Abed now. It used to be 30, I think. Got nerfed.
Okay.
So what did Lesh get now instead of the Ninja Gear? So they gave him back the Psychic Headband. Okay. Yeah, it's decent. It's a lot of int on Lesh. It gives percentage int.
Man, if he had gotten Flicker, I would just call the game for EG. That is the best tier 4 item.
It's so funny how that was considered pretty bad.
Well, now that it's
now,
guaranteed to go in front of you.
Yeah, it's a really big
and it dispels, and it gives move speed, so in some cases can replace boots. I mean, it's absurd. I cannot believe that's actually not been nerfed. Very good item. Feels good to get it.
It's conceptually weird, right? Like, how would you nerf that concept without remove? Like, if you remove the dispel, it's bad, right?
Well, you can just increase the cooldown. That's a pretty easy way to do
so.
it. I mean, it's like a 4 or 5 second cooldown. That's pretty freaking low.
Right. That's kind of the concept of it, as with the name and everything, though, right? It's supposed to be like some sort of little.
Oh, they actually have a dead item as well. Nobody can carry the. What's that sword called?
Penta Edge.
Edge.
Give it to Earth Spirit. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, true, true.
You'd rather have the Cloak of Flames. Understandable.
I would say not the craziest items drops from the tier 4 perspective for each respective team. I mean, we have...
Would have liked a Timeless Relic on EJ, I think.
Yeah, Timeless Relic for Leshrac.
Did neither team get
nice.
Relic nor Prism?
I think Wyvern's holding Relic.
Wyvern has a Relic?
Which, you know, it's okay. But
yep, that right.
Not the best. All right, this is just a waiting game for the next Roche. I think when the next Roche spawns, we're going to see an enormous fight. But then everybody's going to have buybacks at that point, I would assume.
That makes the fight no less enormous.
It's going to be even. It's going to be double enormous, and then maybe we can get my dream of casting a tier 5 item game.
Seems more and more likely now. We're just 10 minutes away.
Can't wait to have this very long discussion with you about these items.
Yeah, I don't even know how they work because I never have 1 hour games.
I know. I'll explain every single one of them to you in great detail, my friend.
You know what
we're not
I
there
want?
Yet.
If we get a tier 5 item game, there's one thing I want more than anything, and that is a game-winning Book of Shadows play. I want that.
Yeah, I would be in.
Cool.
Everybody thinks that item sucks. Some pro players think it sucks, but then some people are like, it's very situational and can be game-winning. So, yeah.
I just want to see Book of Shadows on.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Or Lycan getting the Book of the Dead.
Oh my god, then Lycan becomes his old self.
Double Lycan.
Yes, that is, I mean, that actually is considered a good item as well. It used to be considered absolute garbage. But he is going Aghanim Scepter now, so we might see the bite onto Armel or onto Gabby. Who would you actually prefer?
I think you bite Armel.
He does do the most damage, so you get the... I mean, it's also about the lifesteal as well. It gets shared between the 2 targets.
Getting move speed on TA seems really good this game, right? Like you want to run around the fights. Armel currently is sitting on a measly 350 move speed in a 50-minute game. They just cannot run away.
He's Fireflied up right now, and like you said, has the refresher shard available. You played in the last major All-Star matchup. We're going to see the instant initiation from Gabby onto Batrider. Linkage is applied from his friend. BKB is popped. He gets the lasso up onto the TA. Not sure if EG actually wants to fight. All right, they're finally jumping with that Magnetize, but again, with all that magic resistance from Dragon Knight, not going to be taking anything. Abed buys back into the game, but look at this damage from Ice onto Armel. Abed as well. Armel trying to stay alive here. Pops the Refraction, but he's going to get eaten through instantly. He might have to buy back as 2 more supports to die for TnC, and now with Arteezy with that Diabolic Edict talent, they might go deep into the fountain here. They're going to drag the Dragon Knight all the way down to the low ground. Do they have enough damage to actually take him out? The Cold Embrace will keep him alive for now. There's the Nullifier applied to Arteezy now. E-Blade from crit, not going to save him. Does have buyback, will expend it as well. And now EG on the run. Fly pops that Ghost Scepter. They don't have Nullifier again. This could be a kill onto the Lycan. This will be pretty big if he can get this last right click, but no. Looks like he will survive, but the Cold Embrace actually saves him. Ultra kill for Armel. And now this will be a dieback onto Arteezy. If he ends up going down, you can hear him screaming in the background. A rampage for Armel. Good freaking Lord. GGs are called. And this is gonna go to a game 3. Holy Gaben. What a game.